Welcome to the holiday edition of the Wellness Wednesday with most amazing, lovely Wendy
Hi
Shealy-Sorin
everyone, Lindy here.
and Dr. Norm Shealy himself. So today's program is all about one of the best things in life: gratitude, being thankful, being grateful for things that are good, and learning how to appreciate things that are not so good for what they can offer. But everything is good for something. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce the rest of the team and any thoughts you have on the gratitude.
Hey.
Lindy, I know you got a lot to say on that, and so does Dad. Yeah.
I am very grateful for having these two guys in my life, having our families, our friends, people that are traveling to come and visit us. My daughter that she came and spent a couple of days with us. We're very grateful for that. My friends that are traveling and the ones that are here with us, we're grateful for them, to be part of our life. And for my puppies, the dogs, I love them. I'm grateful for this beautiful day. I'm grateful for everything in life. We forget to say, thanks for the beautiful day when we wake up in the morning. We just don't say thanks for the beautiful day, the sunshine, the air that we breathe. All those things we should be grateful. What do you think, Norm?
And I'm writing a book. Every thought is a prayer.
Very good.
I cannot imagine my life without prayer and positive thinking.
Then let's talk about what gratitude has meant to you in your life, and please feel free to, because the camera I think is going to be right there. So let's talk direct to the folks. Yeah, please. What does it mean to you? Gratitude, Thanksgiving.
Well, I earliest memory is age 4 when I announced that I was going to become a physician, and I've never varied from that. I'm grateful all my attention. By the age 16, I was going to be a neurosurgeon, and I'm still here.
And how old are you now?
90 years old next week.
Wow.
We are eternally, absolutely grateful for the journey that this has taken. It's been a tough journey, but we're grateful for all the challenges that Dr. Shealy has gone through and we have gone through because, well, it's made us stronger. And one of the things that I'm going to say that let's kind of take turns and talk about things that we're grateful for. First of all, I'm grateful to be alive. That's number one. Right?
Yes.
Second of all, I'm still grateful to have this physical body. There's put myself in a number of positions earlier and quite recently that would have made it a not so event. But just grateful for, as Lindy said, for every single moment. Grateful for being present and grateful for the opportunity to share and to express and to make the world a better place if we can, one person at a time, by sharing my story, by learning about other stories. And literally, this is a wonderful big world with lots of different stories. We all have stories, some sad, some happy, some terrible, and some things that we are grateful for. I'm not sure if you can hear the music. Somebody's really blasting the radio behind. That's sort of just my imagination, but it's pretty nice actually. Anyhow, so we're just talking about gratitude. One of the most grateful most things that I'm eternally grateful for was my experience of last year when I crashed and I was nearly paralyzed. That was actually a blessing in disguise. Now, it wasn't a blessing when I was laying there in the hospital in pain, not sure if I was going to be able to walk again, but what that has done is that has taught me a valuable, incredible lesson. First of all, it taught me that with the power of the spirit, the soul, but more so with the power of love, because frankly speaking, no matter what I say, without support and love from family, okay, no, that's a fact. Okay. I'm grateful for the lessons. I'm grateful for being here, and after all the stupidities and things that I've put myself and people that I love through, I'm still here to tell the tale, and this is wonderful. If there's one thing that I want to say is just to be grateful for each and every single moment, and I'll share this with the folks. There's a when you're doing about 100 miles an hour, and you know that you're out of control, and the car is going into the woods, and there's this sense, there's this moment of like, oh shoot, okay, boom, that's all you got time for. It's not enough time for a life review. It's not enough time for anything. But in that moment, without words, it becomes really clear, real clear. It's not the kind of car I'm driving. I mean, I could have crashed another kind of SUV. I mean, I'm glad it was a good one, to absorb the impact. Uh, it wasn't about all the papers and all the certificates, all the congratulations, all the awards that are basically we're running out of the wall in the office. It was not about any kind of paper whatsoever. It was about relationships, and it was about things that matter. Relationship, especially with myself, not taking care of myself proper, not making myself a priority. So by doing some stupid things, but also not taking care of the things that are truly important. And this is what I learned: family. This is what I learned. Business is good. Medical practice is important. What I do is important, but who I am is more important. And this is what I've started to pay attention to even more so. And you can jump in. I mean, you can,
I just, what he's talking about when he went through the accident, that was a year ago, that actually a year and a half, that he went through this accident. That really changed our life. It makes us reevaluate everything what really matters in life and what is the things that we as a human here, we should just pay attention on. I like Sergey say, love out, in my opinion, love is the most powerful thing in the world, because we love, and for love is that we do things that we do for ourselves and for others. And it's very, to me, when he went through this, is when we realize we nothing, like he said, nothing that we have here, houses, properties, business, have all the money in the world, but without um, the gratitude and love from our families and friends, nothing matters. Nothing is that important. Money cannot buy you health. Money cannot buy you happiness. That's an internal, or love. Cannot buy you love. Can buy you good stuff, but not love. So that's something that have to be internal. We don't have to do it, for ourselves and for others. And be very grateful. I am grateful that he is alive. I'm grateful that he is alive and feeling good. Yeah, and I'm grateful that my friends are doing good. I do want, all of us to think about it. I just, maybe my mind is a little not here right now, because I just was talking with a friend that I just know for, I can say, maybe 7 years. And really it got me, and I don't know if you know, but I'm a cancer survivor as well. And my friend actually has cancer, and it just got me that news. Like, if I it got to me that, wow, she has cancer. I heard it, but I wasn't 100% sure until I heard her just right now what she told me. I'm proud of her, because the way she feels and the way that she's treating herself, I'm very proud. But when I say grateful, let's be grateful for this, because you know what? We are not in that position. I was in this position many years ago, and now I'm not. So I'm grateful that I'm not. But we should be, grateful for those little things, because we forget how important, is for us to have two eyes, to have two hands, to be healthy, and to not being worried that my health right now in this moment is in the age. It really, that to me is It's something that I'm grateful because I'm not in the position. But please, in these holidays, take a minute just to be grateful, not to be grateful for the food that was cooked. It's good to be grateful for the food that was made with love, but think about it. That is that we should be grateful every day for little things like that, because how important it is for us to not be in that position of my friend is right now. That hurts, and we just take for granted what we have. We have friends, we have family, parents that love us, grandparents that adore us, husband that love us. But you know what? Don't choose to see those moments and be grateful for that. We want what we don't have, and that's a fairy tale story. So please just think that we're in a reality, in a world where we have real people, people that really love us, and the people that is here with us right now. Think right now. Those are the moments that we don't think and we're not grateful because we don't take the minute to say thank you and to say thank you for loving me. Thank you for loving me. Thank you for taking care of me. Thank you for letting me part of your life. This is something that we should really take a minute from these holidays that you were your families with the ones that you love, because you're coming to them because you love them. I'm assuming. So please, take the minute, really give a very, heart to heart, and be grateful for those moments that you have the opportunity to be with your family. That's me. I'm sorry I went to
No, no,
different.
it's perfect.
Right.
I remember I was sitting, like when I landed, eventually, from after the car crash, and again, that's one of the experiences in life. But I was sitting in there, and once I realized that I was not, not in heaven, so to speak, because my back was hurting. So then I kind of asked myself, well, am I? Is this what hell is? Anyway, it was kind of hellish, actually. I'll say it, but it's well, hell and earth comes in different meanings. I mean, really, we can talk about that as well. But the one thing that I was just that really brought tears to my eyes wasn't the physical pain. It was the fact that, well, I just thought of my family, and I wasn't there with them. So that's what got me. That's what got me. So, and I'm glad I wasn't with my family because I didn't want to. I wouldn't want to put anybody through that. What would happen to? But the thing is, literally priorities. And if you're going to think about families, you want to think about yourself as well. Because I want to say that put yourself first. Because, and I'm going to ask the folks here as well, because if you agree or disagree, but I'm going to make a statement, and please feel free to prove me wrong. If you're not willing to take care of yourself, if you're not willing to love yourself, to be your best friend, to well, to to put yourself first, how much can you give?
We will not be here.
Yeah.
He will not be here. I will not be here. I have to put myself first to be able to get out from my cancer. So from that day on, I'm putting myself first. I take care of me first. I do exercise for me. Like I told you last program, I do exercise for me. I take care of me. I I I I make things that make me happy. Put my makeup, dress up for me, not for him, not for him, not for nobody. I do it for me. It makes me happy, and I bet that's what Dr. Shealy does too. Because how many hours you do exercise?
Well, thinking sets in motion spiritual forces to bring about healing and being.
See, you hear it. Being having a positive mind.
Yes.
Yes, positive mind. You have to have positive affirmation. We're so used to focus on the negative. Oh, I wish if I have, had this and that. We just wishing for something that is in the la la land. We can know, you can wish, you can just put stuff in the statement and list. I want to get this, and you know what? Make the goal to get it what you want to reach, but don't live in that word, because we need to be right now here, what we have right now in this moment. We're doing this program. I'm grateful for us. I'm grateful for you guys that look, listen to us, because maybe you are learning something that it will help you to get, in a better health. Like, getting out of the cancer, it's just not easy. It takes a lot of work and discipline. So I know, I have to eat good and healthy. I know I have to take care, myself every day. If I don't do that, of course I'm gonna get back to the same stage of mine, or my health is gonna go down because it's not in the condition. I'm not doing good for me. Send for you and send for Dr. Shealy. That's what we do it. At home, we take care of ourselves.
I'm going to ask Dad, Dr. Shealy. You've been through a few terrible months, so to speak, or the waves, I should say.
A year.
No,
It's
or
gonna
about
be
a year.
And off and on.
Off and
Yes.
on.
Yes.
So, in your and coming from the heart, not coming as a doctor, but coming as a human. What are you most grateful for this holiday season, personally?
For being at peace. I think the most important thing of all is to be at peace all the time, 24 hours a day.
And you use a word for that,
Yes.
detach.
Detach.
That's your word for being at peace.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's interesting when Dr. Shealy says the word detach. Words have interesting meanings different meanings to different people. Some people say detach. Yeah, okay, no, not my problem. Okay, that's not what we're talking about. I mean, yes, in a way, absolutely, but it also means just being literally free, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically. If you're not gonna change, if you're gonna make it better, you don't have the time or desire or interest. Let it go. Let it go, which is a lot of the world today. And how much negative news, how much pressure, how much stress is coming at us through the holiday season from everywhere? Expectations, demands, internal expectations, the perfectionistic nature of our minds.
If you read the internet, you would think unbelievable. And I detach from it. I don't allow myself to think about things could have been, and I can't change it. Therefore, I detach.
Perfect. Actually, one of the things about the biogenics program, self-regulation, retraining of the central and autonomic nervous system, in other words, getting in touch with the limbic system, fixing that thing that controls us, literally. It's not our rational brain that makes the decisions. And we were all smart people. Everyone's got smarts of some sort, especially, certain areas. But the bottom line is, why do we do things, excuse the expression, stupid things that are not good for us ultimately? And why do we end up with mistakes? A lot of it is the biogenics. Biogenics is one of the tools, obviously. There's many tools, but the concept is self-regulation. And this is the key. This is what I'm most grateful for. Capacity and ability to, first of all, for ourselves, but also for everyone who is willing to listen, to give you the concept of self-regulation and self-control, self-awareness, know thyself. In 500 or so BC, in the cave where Oracle of Delphi resided, which is the most powerful site in the ancient world, people would come from all over. There's a simple phrase that answers it all in a very simple fashion: know thyself. There it is, written on the wall. 3,000 years or so, almost. Know thyself. How many people truly know themselves? How many? Please.
What I was just thinking about this. I was raised Catholic, and this is something I can speak for my religion, of course. When I was little, our parents teach us to pray, and when you're praying, actually we pray asking God, oh, please help me for the pain that I have, or help me because
help me get a toy.
Help me for something. Help me for something. We praying in this way, so we already program in negative. We're already programmed in that negative way because we praying like that and still say, dear God, I am grateful for this beautiful day. I'm grateful for the sun. I'm grateful for the air that we breathe. I'm grateful for my two eyes. I'm grateful for my mother and my father. We pray and dear God, please. Only, the other thing is when you're in trouble is when you remember to and you go and pray. So the thing is, for me, my prayer is more being positive and be grateful every day. Every day, I love to open my windows. Thanks God, we live in the country, so we have beautiful view. So I open my windows, and the thing that I see there is just just the beautiful trees and and the land and the air and the sun. And if the day is shiny, thanks for the beautiful day. If it's raining, grateful for that as well. It's cloudy, grateful too, because God give us what we need. So the planet is a Mother Earth. So Mother Earth needs, rain, cloudy, and sun and air. So just let's be grateful for each little thing. We forget. That's how I was raised. My tradition, my culture, and I think a lot of the religions they pray in that way. So imagine we're so young and we just already programmed in a different way. So that's why the biogenic it really help, because I'm practicing with you and I'm grateful for that you do that for me.
Okay, yeah. Lindy is a
Yeah.
little too busy to do anything on her own. I mean, she just runs around all day fixing stuff, but absolutely, it's a pleasure and it's an honor. So, biogenics, it's the whole concept, and please let's talk about. So, when you created the biogenics program for self-regulation, uh, your intention was to empower people.
Right. Well, my first book was 90 Days to Self-Help, and it was actually a laicized version of my dissertation.
PhD thesis, yes, absolutely, yeah. Uh, would you say that the biogenics is still as applicable in the society as it has been when you first formed it in the 70s?
Well, going on 58 or 9 different variations on a theme, yes.
Wonderful. And that's the key. Actually, there's something that, speaking of Thanksgiving and the gratitude, we do want to share something with our faithful and amazing audience. And if you're following us, you may have heard about there's a big sale going on since the beginning of the month. It's almost out. So if you, again, this is not about my material. But I do want to bring out that we are still running until the end of the month. 15% off on the PEMF. I use it 24/7, literally. I drive with it and everything else. So that's the device that literally for me that's the regeneration. And what I'm really grateful for there is. I'll be very specific. I'm really getting into the sweep mode. I've explored the gamma mode for the brain support, the delta mode, but now literally I have to admit I'm using mostly the sweep mode, the Schumann frequency, 7.83 cycles per second, and I'm finding that in lack of grounding, because I used to go out more so to the trees, outside. Life got busy for us, so. I'm running around like a chicken with a head cut off right now, so this is my way of grounding myself. I'm grateful for that. And it literally gives me that feeling of I'm back here on Earth, so to speak, whereas as opposed to just all over the place. And it's a good feeling. The other things that are part of this offer, and this is something that I'd like to mention again, if you want to take advantage, there's still a few days left before the end of the month. Is there's also the biogenics course, but there's also several other courses included. There is the personal intuition course. Personal intuition is one of the most important things in the world, and Dr. Shealy has been preaching medical intuition, but also personal intuition. So, in other words, as knowing thyself. If I can know myself and trust myself, I can make the right decisions. I'll get to better outcomes. And most of us don't know who to trust. The world has become a very scary, confusing place. So literally, where is the truth? And this is each person in the heart. Yeah, heart space.
It's in ourselves. Actually, we all have it. We all can, know when something is wrong. Like you have that little voice that is telling you not do something, or is that little
The
thing in the stomach that is so defensive or something.
Listen.
You just have to learn about your body, and again, that's something about loving you, because when you love yourself, you will learn to know how your body respond or behave according to some emotions or stimulus of people around you. You will feel it when you open the door and you say, no, I should not get there. Your body is telling you something. Your body get very tired, your stomach, hurts, something. Just learn about yourself, because that helped me a lot. Like if, for anything that we do, my intuition is very strong. I know when something is right. I feel it. I cannot say when something is wrong. I feel something is but I not say it's wrong. I just give it time, and you'll see it. Just learn about yourself.
And that's back to know thyself, literally. Know yourself. Another course that is very important is youthful longevity, because if you're going to be around in this world, and it's a poisoned world in many ways, there's lots of offending agents everywhere, from Roundup in the ground to rain to
Formaldehyde.
oh my God! Let's stay positive because we're grateful to be alive. Okay, but detach, yeah. So in all of this crazy stuff, there's also the concept of how do you optimize life, and this is what it's all about as well. Not just living happy and healthy, but living longer. Because why not? Why not? Literally. So that's the three courses are actually included in with the PEMF. So that's a wonderful opportunity to literally do something great for yourself. Knowledge is power. Plus, what we have in there as well is just to make sure that people get started. If you already have it, great. Have another month supply is essentials, which is a good B complex. Everyone should be on that. By the way, for the holidays, as you're having the food, eat, enjoy, but make sure it's not just the food, it's make sure it's good quality nutrients. And if you're not getting 100% of it, daily, B complex, regardless. Also youth formula, vitamin C, MSM, raised DHEA, magnesium. A bottle of magnesium is also included. And magnesium topical is one of the most important things in the world. I've actually, when I forget to do it, or not forget, when I run out of, like rushing out of the house, I make sure I do it in the evening because I'm going to pay the price. Magnesium is such an important intracellular element, and it also raises DHEA that when people are going, running around like a chicken with a head cut off, you're burning that up quite a bit. And the holiday season is a time for hectic activity for most people. And last but not least, there is another thing that's included, which is Air Bliss, and speaking of bliss for the holidays, Air Bliss came out in the 90s by Dr. Shealy, and that was an inspiration based on the nurturing, bonding hormone, and it's the neurotensin. It's the stuff that newborns and their mothers feel when in that initial of creation, so to speak. And it's a powerful feeling. It's a powerful feeling of oxytocin, neurotensin. I mean, you can say the names, but what it does for you is it just literally just makes you feel good. And feeling good is how many people are willing to do everything to feel better or to feel good?
What he's trying to say, actually,
Please,
I don't know
yeah.
if you, I'm a mother, I'm imagining a lot of you over there, people are mothers too. So you just remember when you had your child and the doctors or the nurses put your baby in your arms, and you just see that little thing there in your arms, and your heart just gets so, it's just, you just cannot explain the happiness and the love and the protection that you want to give it to that little human. That is what he's talking about. That is what the medicine, that oils give it to you.
But again, the intention is the most important thing. The oil can help you get there. It's a vehicle. It allows you to produce the neurochemicals. But it's your desire. It's your choice. It's your decision to get there. And if you do, so for everyone who is using any of the bliss oils, especially Air Bliss, literally, as you're putting it on, this is what I do. It's a 30-second procedure in the morning. I usually just 12 points, acupuncture points. You follow the card. Once you get really good at it, I do it as a meditation practice. I do it as a prayer. Literally, each point, I visualize my body receiving gratitude, receiving healing. And I do that with each of the 5 oils. I do the same when I drink the supplements. I don't just swallow it up if I have unless I'm running, of course. But every single thing that I do in the morning, especially in the morning before I get busy, I remind myself to be grateful of I get to take the supplements. I don't have to take the supplements. I get to take the supplements because it makes me feel better. I get to do the morning exercise routine. By the way, we need to get back into exercise. I see my coach still looking at me right now from over there. Rachel, yes.
Hey, Lindy's been staying strong. Just saying.
Yes. I'm jumping back in as well. But so this is what it's all about. It's all about healing. It's about health. We're talking about products. We're talking about we have physical bodies. As long as you have a physical body, we need physical support. And it's not just physical, electromagnetic and chemical, emotional, mental, limbic system. That's what human being is more than just our physical bodies, and that's what we tend to focus on.
That's the I like the example that you give it. You talk about a
Mm.
car. If you
Oh.
have a nice car, what do you do to take care of that car to keep running? So just think about ourselves that our body is a machine as well. So we need these machines need actually the best of the best that you can put it on. So this machine will keep running and become 90 or more, like Dr. Shealy. Is that right, Dr. Shealy?
Right on.
Good.
Although I think that our last conversation, Dr. Shealy was talking about aiming for 110 again, or 120. Isn't that
Right.
why not?
Hey, he keep doing what he's doing, and he will get there.
Yeah. And
Well, and I want to mention a major research project coming up, Rejuvenatrix. It's already shown to markedly improve depression and anxiety, but I believe that it can increase longevity.
I'm excited. Yeah. Thank you. We'll talk more about that, of course.
Right.
But
When the time comes.
when the time comes. But I'm glad, Dr. Shealy. The other thing I'm grateful for. Because that meant stopping by any means. Clinical retirement doesn't really mean much for you, does it?
Well, I think it's important to remember to find things.
Mhm.
And locally, of course, Spring Valley Natural Foods is the place to go. Well, I shop, but they carry help. You walk in the door, and it's someone comes to help you find 10,000 things. They carry most of my objects as well, the bliss oils, the magnesium lotion, etc. But it's a wonderful place to go. The second thing is Coloma Frozen Foods. Hidden in the back is cherry concentrate. I've been on it for 15 or 20 years, and I would not be without it. It's a wonderful thing. And, of course, skin, especially in the winter, you start to itch, your lips chapped. Why is your skin thirsty? According to Atlantis Laboratories president, emu oil is the best premier oil of all moisturizers. You may apply it to dry or wet skin, after showering even, or cleaning your face. Backcountry natural pure emu oil is it moisturizes, it feeds, it nourishes. Made in the Ozarks, and the great thing in the world is natural emu oil.
That's the one you use.
Yes.
Wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful. And again, as long as we have physical bodies, that really helps to have physical support for the physical bodies.
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about. That's the support.
Yeah.
Our body is perfect. It's the perfect machine that you can find outside. But we do need help. We do need help, especially in that environment, in that world that we live right now. It's very difficult to find things that, you go to the store and they say organic, but they're really organic. Are they 100% organic? Did you know? You don't know. So I don't know. It tastes different, yes. I know when the food tastes different. I know when it's better than all the other food, but it's still we need support because that vegetables or what we eat don't have all that nutrients that our body needs, and if they have it, body sometimes is not processing all the nutrients because it's just it is. Just maybe can explain you that part better. Come on, guys.
Well, absolutely. It actually, and speaking of a couple of things, if you in the well, happy to take questions, happy to take any online comments. Actually, for first questions, we're working on the technical capacity to receive phone calls, at which point we'll proceed with that. But until then, if there's any comments, if there's any hellos from anywhere, or if you want to share your own story of gratitude, or something that you should be grateful for, perhaps, that you can think of, because that makes a big difference. So, Rachel, anybody out there for...
Yeah, so we have a couple questions. Let's see. They're related to Thanksgiving. Who was cooking the turkey?
Me.
Yeah.
And the other question is, what is on the menu besides turkey, obviously?
Ooh.
Oh, you know what? Today is my daughter's birthday. She's turning 24 years old, and Thanksgiving dinner is her favorite meal. And she loves turkey. So the menu actually, she's the one selected. She loves mashed potato. She loves green beans. She just want to have most traditional stuff that, and some from my country, but most like she likes green beans, mashed potatoes, the turkey. She doesn't like ham, I do. And whereas she likes the sweet potatoes, like patty sweet potatoes. She likes arroz con leche. We call that is a rice and milk that I made it. It have to be homemade. She will not eat it if I have to make each dish for her because she refused. If we buy stuff from outside, she just want it homemade. Yeah, and cranberry salad, of course. And she makes the mashed potato really good. Actually, you like her mashed potato. And I don't know where else, but and pecan pie. That is my favorite.
I think we're going to be in the...
We have a lot of food. That's all I can say.
We've got another question, and it's probably based on your attire, Dr. Sorin. How would you answer someone in public when you wear the PEMF?
I wear it 24/7. Okay, so the question is, how do I answer somebody in public when I wear a PEMF? Actually, I'll be frank. I love wearing PEMF. First of all, it makes me feel good. Yeah. And the first and foremost, I'm just gonna make a statement. I love everyone out there, but I don't really give a damn what anybody thinks. In other words, I'm gonna do what's best for me. In other words,
yes.
So that's one thing. I mean, there's three answers to this. Okay, so that number one. And when people do give me like a kind of like a bad look, like an interesting look, I just smile at them and I say, "Oh, you poor thing. You should be wearing one too." But at least the gamma, will make you feel happier. But the thing is, what I love about it is that it's an opportunity for a conversation for me. Number two, as a doctor, because as a physician, actually, I was just recently at a store. I was returning an item, and I ran in with this device. By the time I left, I was at a service station. Three people were interested in getting the device. They were asking me what it's all about and how it works and who I am. And I think that some might actually follow the holistic pathway as well, and that's wonderful. So it's a conversation piece. Third of all, it's literally I'm not going to say it's a medical device. Because of the Federal Death Administration and some of the other agencies, we use certain other words. May assist with, may help, but again, if you can read between the lines, it's one of the best things in the world. And number four, actually, and this is part of my personality, is I literally enjoy making people, certain people uncomfortable, especially when they're on their job. Such as, I recently passed through the airport security. I was coming from a conference from Texas, and I had a choice. I could take all this off, and I put it in a briefcase and just pass through. No, I walked in through with my full attire. Now, I arrived earlier so that I would have enough time to kind of mess with people, so to speak, if they wanted to mess with me. But about 5 minutes into the explanation about what this is and how it works, they were just basically saying, "Sir, can you please just pass along?" It's like, no, wait a second. You asked me a question. I want to tell you the answer. This is important. This is good for your health. No, sir, please. We have people to. Anyway, so that's my answer. But the short of it, 24/7 in the emergency room, I'm known as the doc with a halo. Literally it's 100% with me. It's at night, and it's grounding. When I'm not getting to the nature, this is what I'm grateful for. when I'm not able to get to nature and be in the trees and be in the nature and being and just in the ground, when I get a chance, I join Dad in the garden. I mean, I haven't been able to do so for the longest time because of the schedule, but that's perfect. That makes me happy. That makes me absolutely ecstatic. I mean, I feel right at home in nature. But when I don't, this is my key. This is what I do.
In my opinion is, if you use it because it helped you, just, it's good. I think you will find a very easy answer when you use it yourself, because I know me personally, I cannot wear it. I'm too busy running around. If that gets stuck somewhere, that will not be helpful for me. But I do like it, if I'm sitting in the desk, I keep it on my chair. Look, Sheila too, you have it in your chair.
Oh, I use it at least 6 to 8 hours a
Yeah, he
day.
does use a lot, but I keep it on my chair. And if somebody asks you, because I'm with him when he uses it, and we go up to the store, I leave him behind, because people does ask questions, and he loves to take the time to literally to make people, But I don't know.
Educate. And when I don't have time to take, I'm running in and out. Usually, I find people getting closer to me when I have the device, and or when I have to, let's say, be in a communication. I'm in a closer proximity. I notice people are feeling better, and they notice that. They notice that. And again, there's a certain radius. There's a distance, and I don't know. Maybe that's me. Maybe it's what It's a hello
It's
from
you,
a
babe.
stranger, or a smile. But I just noticed that people just generally feel better. And so when there's a question, what is this? You just again, something as simple as it's a wellness device. Again, it makes me feel better. There's boom. And then if you want to go into more detail, you can. But usually that's generally enough. Yeah. So thank you. Wonderful question. Any other questions or thoughts or hellos?
We have a hello from South Carolina. Grateful
Wonderful.
to see all of you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Reno, Nevada,
Wonderful. Wonderful.
and San Diego.
Great.
Coast to coast.
Coast
Yeah.
to coast. Wonderful.
Very good. Thank you.
Yeah, so we'll keep on talking for the next few minutes, but please feel free to come in with your questions or thoughts. And as a matter of fact, I would love to have your input and your experiences with being grateful. How being grateful or not being grateful has affected your life. One of the exercises in biogenics is called tolerance, forgiveness, and acceptance, and it makes me cry. Literally, it makes me cry every single time I touch it. I listen to it. So I have to be careful when I do that because, but it's a powerful modality, and it just literally reminds me forgiveness, tolerance, and acceptance. These are the things that we're missing in this world. These are the things, everything's polarized, everything is all over the place, everything is sensationalized, everything is scary, everything is big, everything is now.
But it's because I think, we forget in the type of world that we are right now, we right now is more like our minds is that once has been tricked, that I feel, that everything is that surround us is negativity. Social media, everything you see in social media is negativity.
Mhm.
It's very, easy to find, you just talk to your neighbors is, it's negativity. Your friends around is negativity. So really, trying to surround you, being positive yourself, trying to be with positive people. I think positive people will try to be with positive people because it just drain you to that group easy. Because we don't realize that we have depression. We don't know, but just think about this. If you sleep too much and you're not want to get off bed and you don't want to take a shower, you don't have energy to eat. What do you think is happening? Depression. But so just ask yourself, what is happening with me? And still feeling sorry for yourself. Ask, what is happening to me? Why I'm not waking up? Why I want to sleep? Why I'm not feeling good? Why I'm feeling this way? I right away can do that to myself, and I usually blame it to my fighter. So I know it's because maybe I don't have time my medicine. So, but ask that question to yourself. You want to say something?
And the basic training is my mind is quiet and still. Train your brain to be at peace.
So that's what it comes down to, basically, being at peace. I do want to say, and a
Another
quick
question.
Go for it.
yeah, actually, just before I lose the train of thought, those trains kind of tend to have their own tracks. The matrix, the concept of matrix, and I'll do this real quick, but then we'll certainly take the question, please. That's your input is very important to us. We did a radio program at the time on the nature of the society, medical culture, the Federal Death Administration, the Center for Death Control, CDC. I can go into a whole bunch of other stuff. Short of it is this. There's a lot of scary, terrible things happening. Lots of stuff is crumbling. And so here's the thing. We talked about Matrix, the movie Matrix, but also the matrix of our society, the lies and the false reality that we've come to believe is our world. And the fact of the matter is, it's a beautiful, holy days. Every day is holy. We are holy. Yes, we go through this journey, and there's a vessel. There's a temple that is our body, our mind, and we are responsible for maintaining the temple, for being our best, and that's what we do. That's what we help people to do in a holistic, functional practice, getting to the roots of the cause. And it's sometimes conventional, sometimes it's what you call integrative or alternative, whatever the term is. Holistic means everything. That's the key. So, but the idea and the concept is that don't forget where you are. Don't forget who you are. You are in this world. You're not of this world, and that's a big one. So that means you get to work with this world. You're not a victim. But we have a question. Yeah.
Okay, so. Yeah, you have a couple questions.
Please.
One of them, what kind of detox would you recommend for heavy metal?
This is where I'm starting a program. I just wonderful that you asked the question.
What kind of
To answer that question, I'm going to speak in three parts. Number one, find out what metals you got. There's a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it. What I'm learning lately is that the best way to do so, and this is what I'm starting to do in my practice, is a 20. It's a certain test that is better than others,
you have
and
that planning?
we're working on that. But let me finish that, because it's really important. And this is big. Different metals go to different places. For example, lead poisoning will affect the brain and the bones and other things. Other metals will go to different organ distributions. So it's a syndrome and it's everything else. But if the system is too sensitive, if something is not right, if you're not getting the answers in the conventional system, this is where the term functional medicine comes in. Functional medicine is not a bad term. It really means getting to the root cause. And in order to get to the root cause, you got to test properly, which means with and without the baseline, and then with provocation. It's an agent that allows you to see what is really happening in the body. It releases all the stuff. And then you test again, and you see what the real load is. And then you treat with chelation, so for example, EDTA or some other agents, DMSO, DMSA. Again, there's different things, but again, there's a protocol. To answer that question properly, you got to really, truly talk to a doctor who is well familiar with and well versed in this kind of medicine, which is beyond conventional medicine. But what I'm going to advise even further is combine it with a holistic approach, spirit, soul, mind, body, and then you get the whole picture. But I hope that, yeah.
Do you have something?
The important thing is the question.
Oh, we do have one other question. It was for Dr. Sorin, and it says, is there flu and COVID in your ER lately?
Yes. There is. let's talk about the holiday season and all kinds of sickly seasons. I'm seeing a lot of stuff, a lot of upper respiratory illnesses, and a lot of people with immune systems that are getting terrible, literally. And that includes flu, COVID, straps, all sorts of stuff. But there's also, I'm seeing a lot of reactivation of all of the other chronic stuff when the immune system goes bad. Uh, Including Epstein-Barr virus, Lyme disease, people who are previously well controlled. There's certain type of herpetic virus, type 6, herpes simplex type 6, which doesn't affect the skin, but it wreaks the havoc on the immune system. Anyway, there's lots of these things. There's issues with the gut biome. There's issues with, in other words, abnormal gut flora, which determines everything with the immune system, the brain. Gut-brain is one in the same. Dad, you want to say something?
And the most important thing of all, intravenous vitamin C and ozone.
Boom. Those are the two modalities that are probably the most useful, the most applicable, and that's what I do with the people who are in that spectrum. But you have to properly test. You have to know what's going on, and the chelation is also another option, and that's something that I'm really excited to get into. But beyond that, you want to understand what's going on. That's why the concept of what is the function, where did it come from, where is the root cause. If you're not getting those answers, if you're running into a wall, okay, it is what it is. It's a diagnosis, but I can't tell you anymore. And you still have answered questions, but there's no answers. That means you need to ask somewhere.
For over 40 years, we've focused on intravenous vitamin C.
What they're trying to say, or what Sheila is saying, is it's good to boost our immune system. These are the times to boost your immune system. You're gonna be around your loved ones, grandparents, mothers, dad, So boost your immune system, and there can be good. Look, Dr. Sheila, look me, Dr. Sergey. Everybody in our office, they get a vitamin C. Why? We get it once a month, one vitamin C. All of us monthly.
Minimum.
Why? Yes, this is just to keep our immune system up. If you have something else going on, that is different. But for us, we do this as a routine. All my employees, or all our employees, they get one vitamin C monthly. And this is just, it helps you a lot. Our employees are healthy. I don't see no ones, struggling with flu or problems of the season, because that's what we do. And here's you. This is me, Dr. Shealy. That's what we do. So yes,
And for me, my story is I still work emergency rooms, and I come back, let's say, from a weekend. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Everybody, everyone who gets a chance will sneeze, cough, and do everything else in my direction. I mean, just because it's almost like a moving target on the golf course. It's like one of those things. Can you get the duck? I mean, sometimes I really think that's what's happening. Especially kids, they just follow you. They just, But yeah, I come back, and I get my ozone and I get my vitamin C, and before anything gets a chance to set in. Yeah.
Take your supplements. Ask your doctors to give it good supplement. Make sure you're taking the right amount. No matter, it can be the best supplements that you have, but just get the right amount of doses for yourself. And 120 pounds, he's 180. Dr. Sheila is 120. So us are different supplements.
Yes.
Amount, quantity is different. We all taking the same but totally different quantity. So this is what you need to learn. Ask your doctor. The bottle only can suggest what you need, but actually your doctor will tell you best what how much quantity you need.
If it's a holistic doctor. Oh God! By the way, I just want to 1 minute. I'm just gonna say, Lendy is absolutely right, and it's a powerful statement. By the way, I've heard it a lot when I'm growing up in the 80s and 90s. Just like going through the system. Just ask your doctor. You have a question, ask your doctor. Okay, if you have an appendix question, yes, ask your doctor. If you have an antibiotic question, ask your doctor. If you have a supplement question, do not ask your doctor. Or ask them with the realization that they have no idea what they're talking about unless they've been trained specifically. And then find a holistic doctor. So this is what it's all about, folks. It's all about holism. It's all about the gratitude. It's all about and the holidays, holy days. So I just wanted to re-emphasize one more time what this conversation is all about: gratitude. Your life is your life. There's good, there's bad, there's ugly. Yeah, but gratitude. Boom.
And happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving to everyone, and yes, let's be grateful. We are grateful for us and for you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
And join us next week.